What a weekend. We're coming up on Thanksgiving as well. How are you feeling with family? What is new in your world? Please do feel free to share in the comments. I love checking in, seeing who is watching my videos, who's tuning in consistently. I love to hear about your breakthroughs. I love to hear about your dreams. I had someone share recently with me in the comments about a dream they had of me helping to fix or open a tap, which to me was so relevant at that time, even in my world and life. So please do not hesitate to share with me how these videos are influencing or supporting your world and life. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I am more than happy to share. I absolutely love questions. If I don't know, it gives me a reason to explore and learn. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just simply open a prayer space, connect deeply with our own inner world, and see what is arising. So we're recording this on a Monday, but like I've said, if you find yourself watching this video at any point in time, just know that it is here for you at exactly the right time. We believe in divine timing here, so opening your heart and your mind to the world that is here for you beyond the physical is going to start to show you how much magic is possible in this world and how important it is to be consistently aware of your thoughts, your energy, and your emotions. So, my name is Sitara. I am ranked top 5 female psychic in the US by the American Federation of Certified Psychics and Mediums. What that means is we had to go through a bit of a training, not training, but certification, meaning we had to go through all sorts of different tests to prove that we are capable of doing what we're capable of doing. And the nominations and ranking happens through a voting system. So a lot of people have asked me that recently. So thought I would share. Um, and yeah, to just give you some opportunities to let you know also if the psychic path or the healing path is something that you're interested in exploring for yourself. There are all sorts of resources and communities also that I will be creating to open the door of possibilities for so many of us to be able to share our gifts more easily and also future pace. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on a huge plan to offer more benefits to those of us that are in this world. So let's go ahead and just dive into the transmission space. Breathing in deep, connecting your awareness to your root chakra right there at the base of your spine. And drawing that line of energy from your root all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. Allowing Mama Gaia to hold you, to nurture you, allowing that connection to feel very clear, being very patient with yourself. And if you're feeling a hard time really connecting into that rootedness, that anchoredness into the center of the earth, go ahead and ask Mama Gaia to reach up from the center of the earth and connect to your grounding cord. You'll feel your body relax in the moment that that connection happens, that that connection takes place. And the more you practice this root chakra connection to Mama Gaia, the more you will really feel when she is connected for you and when that connection, that when you're really plugged in. The more you do this, the more you'll begin to receive messages and all sorts of insights from Mama Gaia. She is a consciousness in and of herself. She is an ascended master. She is a guide for many of us when we are able to tune in and connect with her energy and also to see how we can support her. So there are a lot of environmentalists out there. There are a lot of people that are learning what they can do with trash and recycling and cleaning up the oceans and pollution and all sorts of things that are there helping and supporting Mama Gaia. And in that, I honor and absolutely love and adore each and every one of them whose life purpose it is to create and do that kind of work. I personally believe that my lane that I have in this world is to help human beings connect with her so that they are able to feel her heartbeat in their own chest and know the value of their presence of connecting with her. I also genuinely believe that when we heal ourselves and when we treat ourselves better, we are more conscientious of our connection to Mama Gaia. And so when we are connecting with her in this way, we are reminded of the unity of humanity, that we are all living embodied beings on this planet at this time, nurturing her intention while nurturing our own intention. So while we learn to transmute energy, while we learn to transmute darker energies within ourselves, or chaotic energies within ourselves, or maybe apathetic energies within ourselves, when we become more conscientious and when we become, uh, let's say, warriors of the light by means of caring to reconcile the differences that have happened in this world that have brought disease to ourselves or to the planet. So I personally believe, like I've said, that my role is to help each and every single one of us, as many as I can reach in my lifetime. And maybe if these videos last beyond that, beyond that. I believe that that role is that when we heal ourselves, we're also helping to heal the planet. I genuinely believe that. Then when we are looking at an energetic place within ourselves and we are healing that inner being starts to drive that churning that wants to participate in the health and well-being of the planet that we live on. So thank you for being here and hearing this. Thank you for being here and connecting in with that rootedness within your own presence. And knowing that, of course, pick up trash and cigarette butts and all this stuff when you see it on this planet. And also give yourself the opportunity to lean into your soul purpose and seeing what is the role that you have in that way as well. Now, it's really interesting. I lead these discussions intuitively. And so what I'm feeling is to shift gears a little bit into an experience that I had and why I am an advocate of Web3, even irregardless of what's going on right now with the FTX scandal. If any of you follow crypto or that world at all, it's been one hell of a week. A lot of things are going to be changing. So when I was in Bali, I was surrounded by what I would call earth warriors, the people who feel the resonance of Mama Gaia. A lot of vegans, a lot of vegetarians, a lot of people who want to see animals healthy and thriving and also in a state of well-being, in some cases almost to a detriment to their own health. Um, you know, be aware of what you are consuming, but that's not the soapbox I'm going to stand on today. When we talk about the metaverse, it's like there's a lot of fear of what the metaverse can do to the state of humanity, and I actually do agree with that. Now, that being said, um, for some reason, I've had this desire, this internal desire to participate in that world. And it hasn't even necessarily been something that I have sought out. In two different experiences, two different cases in my life, I have been brought into massive global projects that have had huge visions and that I have learned a ton of information about Web3, the metaverse, cryptocurrencies, decentralized finances, DAOs, all the whole gamut. I've actually learned quite a bit more than you might think. Definitely more than I thought I would learn about. Um, and I was still hesitant to be participating in that world. I ended up trading a reading with a man for a plot of land in the metaverse, which unfortunately there's been a falling out within the company, so that doesn't exist anymore. But I did do a reading with him. And when I did the reading with him, what I learned was that it was like the voice of Mama Gaia came through, and she was celebrating or encouraging the release on her resources. Meaning, we saw through coronavirus that less people were driving around. We saw pollution start clearing up on this planet. We saw the planet able to start healing itself and restoring natural balance where human beings and our carbon footprint had been putting a lot of pressure on her. And so, of course, now we know that there are a lot of different political messages going on about where our natural resources are coming from, if we're going to be running out, this, that, and the other. Now, there are a lot of ways that already exist in which we can reduce that carbon footprint, or that we can reduce our own impact even through waste and other things that we are doing. So the metaverse itself, it's like, yes, there is a potential to be distracting. There is a potential to pull life force energy into this digital world by means of, if humans start relying on this digital world to be a replacement for the world that they're living in, because let's say the emotional turmoil has gotten to be too much and they want to escape this world. We're already seeing that with video games. We're already seeing it with all sorts of dissociated and distracting things that exist in this world. With the metaverse, if there can be plots of land or experiences within the metaverse that help bring people into an idea or understanding of their own emotional well-being and their own spiritual awareness, to become conscientious of their role, then there's a way to bring light, right? There always has to be a balance with what is being created. So if there's a way to be able to bring light, and there's a way to be able to bring integrity. Now, what I've learned in the Web3 space, and Web3, when I say that, some people are like, we don't even know what that is. Well, Web3 is basically the next platform of the web's technology. So Web3 is token economies. It is what is built on platforms and stuff that don't run censorship. So Discord is technically a Web3 platform. And there will you'll see more and more and more. And so there are companies right now that are offering the platforms to be able to create your own token economy. Every single person listening to this eventually will have their own token. If you have a business, you'll be on leading edge of being able to create a token economy, because you'll have an infrastructure to be able to move it around. That's part of what I'm creating with this business plan that's, moving forward. But that is also why I feel very called to being able to educate people on why it is important to pay attention to Web3. This is not something that we want to just like throw out. It isn't something that we just want to be like, well, there's a lot of cons and scams and weird, creepy stuff going on, and it's all criminals. Well, look at our government. Like, there's already stuff going on, right? There's already corruption. We're back on. There's already corruption everywhere. So when we talk about Web3, and especially with what's gone on in the last week, there was a horrible hack and situation that went down with one of the major exchanges. And unfortunately, this isn't the first, and it probably won't be the last. So the problem with Web3 is that there is a lot of anonymity within it. Within that anonymity, there are a lot of high level criminal masterminds, absolute geniuses. I'm telling you that know how to manipulate systems to work in their favor. Hopefully, there will be a lot of waves where these people are caught and able to be tracked, and there this will happen. Unfortunately, and fortunately, unfortunately, it gives crypto a bad name and it makes most people afraid to participate or afraid to get involved. Now, with that being said, also, fortunately, the more of these people that get pulled out of the game and that get cleared out of the system, will leave room for the people that are joining into this ecosystem and joining into the future of this technology with integrity, that want to be able to participate and create something that is a part of the wave of the future. Part of the reason that I believe in this strongly is because I've seen the power that the world of cryptocurrency has. And that's why a lot of these government systems are freaking out and trying to shut it down, because it does have the power to create a more global ecosystem that creates and brings more balance and is also wildly transparent. Because on the blockchain, there's not just a paper trail, there is a documented trail of where every single transaction takes place and who it's going to. So there's a lot of transparency, there's a lot of diversity within the field. If you have the internet, you have access to Web3. So there's a way to be able to construct this technology that actually serves a much, much larger population, global population, by bringing more wealth equality to all countries and all systems. Part of the reason I feel passionate about this is also since spending the entire 2.5 years of the pandemic, which is still kind of going on, but 2.5 years of the pandemic in Bali, watching what was happening to the economy in Bali, which is mostly reliant on tourism. So, watching what was going on there, seeing the inequality of wealth between the locals and the boules, or the tourists that were there, and seeing how much of a disparity there was going on. Because of that disparity, it became really important for me. Uh, it was one of those situations where something inside of me changed my heart. And because that something inside of me changed my heart, I wanted to understand how to better fix this problem. This happened in LA, living between the financial district and Skid Row. This happened in Thailand for me, seeing palaces on one side of the train tracks that were just ornate and covered in gold, and then seeing plywood houses on the other side. So continuing to see like how this disparity of wealth manifests in this world and on this planet, and then seeing the power that cryptocurrency does have to be able to bring a better wealth equality globally, is important to me. And of course, there will still be disparities with the early adopters, the people who've gotten in even 10 years ago. And they will essentially be the creators that are bringing it forward because they have the means, they have the education, they have the experience, they have all these things going on. So I know this is a little bit of a different tangent, but I also wanted to see this conversation because I do have a podcast that's going to be coming out called Beyond the Physical. We're going to be interviewing leading edge leaders in the world of technology and leading edge leaders in the world of consciousness, human health, and well being, and doing what we can to merge these two trains of thought and industries. So I feel that in my life experience has brought a very unique bridge to these worlds. And so I want to be bringing that to you. So, yeah, today's video, like I said, they just come intuitively of where I am designed to go every morning. So, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for hearing this story. And thank you for really connecting your root chakra to the earth, bringing your connection to her every single day, feeling her heartbeat in yours, and allowing that connection to continue to be nurtured. I really believe that when we're connecting with this planet that we're living on, we are able to be messengers of her well being as well in a wide variety of ways, a very wide variety of ways. So, Gemma, thank you. I'm glad that this conversation has served you. Of course, please do feel free to like, share, comment, um, bring this information to whoever it is that you feel called, even in verbal conversations. But keep a lookout because that podcast is going to be launching in the next couple of months. And we will be having all sorts of new conversations here with you. It'll still be on this YouTube channel, so you don't have to go anywhere. But I'm really, really thrilled to be bringing what I've been creating in the background to all of us and to be able to share that more freely and to be able to get this information into the hands and hearts of those who are ready and willing to participate in this world in a different way. So, with that, my loves, let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. Allowing the core of your heart's intention to be anchored in the truth of your well being. May your actions be guided by your higher self. As you allow yourself to be capable and able of receiving your highest truth. Yasiatano apuahi I akiatanai. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. Thank you, dears. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Ciao, ciao.